This lighting is horrific. Go away. What is happening?
To give you the rundown, we are live now on social media. So YouTube, a couple Facebook channels, and then we're going to go live on iHeartRadio in 2 minutes and 45 seconds.
Cool. My Instagram shut me down today, so I can't go live on the Instagram.
You're not political, so I don't know why that happened.
Yeah, I know. And you know what's funny is some like Instagram coach tried to say there's no such thing as a shadow ban. I was like, I literally said one. Yeah, I was like, I said one thing about vaccination, and some coach tried to say there's no.
Yeah, you actually. I looked at your numbers. You got hit hard.
Yeah, like terribly. So whatever.
Over in the chat, Bev, Sarah, Linda. No April shown yet? Ashley is
She came late yesterday, April.
Oh, are you done with your stuff?
I don't know yet.
Miss Lee, this is my co-host, Ashley, Common Sense Ashley.
Hey, how
Hi
you doing?
there.
Live 2 minutes. Our format, just so you know, and you've got your, I know you got your 30 minutes scheduled all the time, so we blocked you off for the first half, 27 minutes or so. If you feel comfortable, you want to hang around after the commercial break, you're more than welcome to. This is organic as heck, so we ask you just questions, and the next question comes from whatever your answer is. We want to have a fun conversation with you.
Yeah, I love it. I'm excited. I'm going to change the lighting a little bit. It's really bothering me. I'm not usually in my office. Like, I know it sounds weird, but light.
What are you doing?
Hello.
No.
Oh, there's April Schoen. There's Grizz. April Schoen. You are listening to the pre-show, The Rants of Izzo on Mojo50.com.
Better?
We are also free speech and not FCC regulated, so you're allowed to say whatever you want. The only thing we ask you don't do is don't drop an F-bomb, but everything else is fine. And don't take the Lord's name in vain. That's it.
Oh, okay. I don't really do that anyway. So.
Oh, I do. All the time. Just not here.
Love it.
Sarah, yes, we saw your change on your Twitter account. Ashley and I spit coffee. All right, 20 seconds.
Heavens above heard me.
Yeah, you're going to hell. 10 seconds.
I'm aware of that.
And 3, 2, your sister's ass.
Taking no shit and giving no F's. The most exciting radio show on the planet. You dare! Dominic Izzo.
All right, Rants of Izzo, Mojo50.com. It's Tuesday. We're going to go a different direction today because I think Ashley and I are tired of talking about everything from political views. We don't care that Peter Doocy got called the son of a bitch last night. I don't care about it at all.
Biden called him to apologize.
Don't care. I do not care. We want to go a different route today because I think that we have to bring value, and I've touched upon it here and there. I'm in a business that everybody is like turns their nose up at, and I thought that over the last 24 months, this industry has exploded and it's made a lot of impact in people's lives. I got blessed with this shit. So you guys know that I'm a big mouth and I say exactly what I want. Somebody forwarded me this woman named Jessie Lee, #boss Lee online. And the first thing that was annoyance, because again, she's a younger version of me, how I was. And then I listened to her, and I think she's probably one of the most intelligent leaders and business people I've ever actually listened to, that comes with a great flavor and in a space that is very vilified in our culture. Ashley's been in it. I've been in it going to my 15th year. But this is Jessie Lee Ward, #boss Lee, one of, and I know that it's not a qualifiable statement, but I think in her case, I 100% legitimately believe it. I think she's probably one of the most, one of the top network marketers in the world. Jessie Lee, thank you so much for taking the time out to join us tonight.
Hey, Dominic and Ashley. I'm really excited to be here. So thank you for the edification. That was really nice. I'm certainly branching out into so much more than network marketing. And I think that's actually kind of an important point to bring up because people think, oh, like they're not real business people. And then they have a conversation with me and they're like, oh no, she's really smart. And so I like that you mentioned that. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome. And I want to be very respectful of your time. So I want to go a little bit aggressive today and, Ashley, bowl me over when you need to. I want to go a different direction in what normally happens when somebody has on like the top of the top in any industry. There's a lot of kind of like, how did you get there? What did you do this thing? There's a lot of backstory. I have never seen anyone as available to their audience as you, which is profound. Couple things I want to suck off the bat. You're young. You're 33. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm 33.
33 years old. You are unbelievably successful. As a 33-year-old woman, you make yourself, start to finish, your day is available to your team. Why is that so important in an industry, especially where there's guru worship, there's top unattainability? I've never seen anybody that has more access to their team than you do. Why is that important to you?
Oh, the guru worship. Like guns blazing from the get-go. Drives me nuts. It's like, I really don't care what you did in 1999. So can you shut up about it? Drives me absolutely insane. So I'm glad we've already addressed that. For me, the accessibility is because it's a people business. I learned really early on because I've been doing this 11 years now. But one of the first people I listened to, and he became a mentor, even though he has since passed, was Zig Ziglar. And he said, you can have everything you want in life if you help enough people get everything they want. And I thought to myself, well, then you've got to teach people. Well, then you've got to show them how to build a business. You need to teach them sales. You need to teach them recruiting. You need to teach them leadership. You need to teach them marketing. You need to teach them how to brand. You need to teach them all of these different skill sets, or else you're never going to have a sustainable business. You're going to be constantly chasing to replace people. And I just didn't have the interest of continuing in a profession where that's really the business model most people like to follow. Most of these gurus like to follow. So the accessibility is because that's just branding in 2022. I want people to know who I am as a person. I want them to like me. I want them to trust me. I want them to feel like, oh my gosh, like really what's happened is I've created defense mechanisms. And I don't know if that's popular to say or unpopular to say, but if you try to talk about me poorly on the internet, there is
Hold on, I see a dog.
Oh, I have two. Yeah.
Please introduce them. They just made their own appearance.
Okay, this is Wookie Lee. She's my little pit bull here.
Oh, baby girl.
Like my sweetest little thing. She's deaf. And then Kumba is actually on the floor, but I could probably pick him up in a minute, but he's literally right here, like halfway sleeping.
I love it.
Kind of perturbed with me.
You got me. You got me sold already. Dog
I'm
lady.
Like
Here we go.
Dog mom. So
yep. Cheers.
The amount of psychosis I was showing people my Amazon account today, actually, and the amount of stuff I don't buy for myself and the amount of puzzles and weird stuff that I buy for them so that they have the best life ever is
awesome. Sorry to interrupt. I just, they make an appearance for a reason, and I just needed to see the face.
Yeah, they're the sweetest. They keep me grounded. I'm obsessed with them. But
good.
It's just, look, like you'll have a hive of people after you. They named themselves the Lee Hive. I wasn't the ones who gave them the name. And so it's like you attack me on the internet because I'm so accessible. They go, shut up, I know her. Shut up. Ah! Like you don't fucking know her. Like that was an edited F-bomb, okay? Like I didn't say the whole word.
You're fine.
You told me no proper F-bombs. All right, like they will F-bomb you though. They will literally attack you. And like there was some really trashy creator who tried to attack me the other day, and the amount of people that went after her and are like, do you realize you're trying to argue with one of the top entrepreneurs in America? Ah!
Here's there's a glaring problem that we have with the guru worship in this industry that honestly this was one of my biggest questions I had for you is you do make yourself so available, you're personable, you're the exact opposite of me. You did one video the other day where, now I'm a retired cop, so I think everybody is just vicious until they prove otherwise. You're very open, you're compassionate, you are no bullshit. I can 100% know that if somebody's going to waste your time, you're going to cut them loose. I want to know what it's like, though, to be in your position with thousands upon thousands of people who are in your organization, want your time. How are you not, or how do you manage what everybody else does? Because in the business, what we do is we people please, right? Most people want to appease their people to keep them on product, auto ship, blah, blah. How do you deal with people who just want to be a part of Jessie Lee's life? And hey, girl, can we talk? And I didn't make my calls today. I didn't do the business, but life is, they just want to gossip or befriend you or this and that. I don't see you as a person who has time for that because you're no nonsense in business. But when you put yourself out there that available, people are going to want to sit there and get into the private life of Jessie Lee and not do business. How do you manage that?
Yeah, well, there's tiers of accessibility. That's the best way to explain it. If you want accessibility to me, but you have no interest in building a business, that's what live video is for. You can come on and you can chat with me at 7:30 in the morning. You can chat with me on live video and you can comment on all my stuff all through the day. I'm live, at 9 a.m. and I'm putting my makeup on live with everybody, chatting with them, answering questions. I do question and answer coaching. You can come on where I'm just accessible to the entire world. So you may or may not be brought on camera. I'm constantly accessible in that way, but to get coaching from me, it's tiered, it's step by step. So my onboarding system is really strict. As soon as you join our team, one of the onboarding messages that I send out literally says you have 48 hours to complete this onboarding robot. And it's everything from tell your story, use this part of the internet, use and follow this script, give me the list of two names of, but like directive. If you don't complete it in 48 hours, because it only takes 3, I know how long it takes because I recorded the videos. If you do not complete it in 3 hours, it literally says you will no longer have accessibility to me via text message. Well, because it's me texting them.
Well, I want to edify this as well for you too. I don't work with you. I've never had any contact with you other than DMing you to see if I can connect with you for an interview. I benefit you nothing, and you still gave me your time. That shows it's just very impressive to see how well you manage everything. So in this business, one of the angles that you really need to understand is, you're in this industry, which in the 80s and the 90s, I got recruited at 18 years old for Amway, right? You got a great personality, sales, all this stuff. And I never appreciated this business. I spent 10 years with one company. I was a phenomenal salesperson. I'm very good at the pitch and close from being a cop, all this. But the industry was so bad to where you had the clowns and the shysters and the dream sellers. And when I first saw your content, it matched up with that energetically. But I don't think what you realize, what you're actually offering benefit for the old timers in this industry is. The new people are coming in. If they only get exposure to you, they're going to succeed beyond their measure. I really wish that if everybody came into this industry from day one, and I'm in this profession, I'm having this woman on my show, for the love of God, that's how much I believe in what she's doing. If you have exposure to her, you're going to succeed. For the old timers of us, we are seeing a revigor of what we were told would never work: individuality, authenticity, something that is non-duplicatable. You are a living, breathing proof that individuality is essential in this business. It is so powerful. Can you talk about maybe your journey of you stand out? No one can be like you. You're not duplicatable, but your organization is unreal because of that. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I really appreciated that in that video that you did where you said, like, I hated her. And then I was like, oh God, I love her. It really is that. So here's the fact of the matter. I'm not for everybody, just like neither of you are for everybody. And I don't aim to be. And as soon as you start to understand that your people will love you for being you and giving them something to aspire to be, like I'm not Tom Brady. Right. But I respect the man. I go, oh my God, I'm not, there's only one Michael Jordan, but you look at him and you go, the greatest of all time. They show you what's possible. Just because you don't want to live in a $5 million penthouse or a $10 million mansion or drive supercars or fly private jets or whatever, somebody should. So you see that it's possible. Somebody should be the come up who, didn't have anything or whatever, or maybe came from a really bad background, or maybe was a cop and rose up to whatever. And so I like showing people, just be yourself. I'm not trying to be like, and this was my fight, actually, my first MLM I was part of. The people are like, I had blue hair at the time. What's with the blue hair and the leather pants and you wear a lot of lace and it's like really sexual and like, I don't know. I'm like, it's not sexual. I like leather. I like lace. I like looking hot. Like, what's wrong with that? Like heaven forbid a woman, whatever. So I just said, I'm just going to be the person where, you don't need to be me, but you should look at me and go, okay, but I can be myself when I'm in her realm.
That's what you do.
And so I don't want you to be Jessie Lee. When people go, I'm going to be the next Jessie Lee, I'm like, can you wipe that out of your mouth, please? You don't want to be the next Jessie Lee. I want you to be the best version of Ashley. I want you to be the best Dominic. I don't want you to be a diluted version of you, which is what you're going to be if you're trying to be me all the time. And more people need to understand that.
That's what you're succeeding.
If you are you.
That's what you're succeeding. You do teach a very good balance of business and marketing. Again, I'm very critical in this business. I've seen everybody. I mean, I watched your mentor for years, right? I've watched everybody. I can't articulate exactly how well you do it, but you balance the business, the marketing, the aspect, and the biggest, most powerful thing you got. Like in my industry, I miss wearing a uniform, right? Because I wore a uniform for almost 20 years. And when I got in this industry, I didn't want to do the typical Johnny douchebag t-shirt, flat brim hat, all this stuff. And I started wearing suits again, my old team. Well, you can't duplicate if you're wearing suits and you talk like this and you talk like that. And it really did a mental number on me. And then I started watching your stuff. And that's what really pissed me off about you was I saw a woman who was her. I watched your promo video on your YouTube channel. Jessie Lee is on YouTube all over the place. # Boss Lee. Make sure you check that out. And I saw this fearless, but genuine, right? Because everybody says, I don't give a shit. I've got 0 F's given. You legitimately came across that way, and you could just see this woman is endorsing the biggest power of duplication is to do what she did, which is be yourself unapologetically. And that's where your business exploded. So again, I don't think you realize the new generation, yeah, you're changing them. You're changing the name of the game here. But the old generation, you're revitalizing us. I want to talk again too, Ashley. If you got a question, please jump in. But this
is the business you're in, so I kind of feel like I don't want to step on your toes, but I have a shit ton of questions.
Okay, I'll ask this one, then it's all you. You had, I don't want to talk about the hardships of what happened with the first company, but where everybody else would have stepped out and would have bowed out. I had a conversation with my team the other day. We're talking going, if the internet blew up tomorrow and it was gone, Jessie Lee would be going door to door to let people know who she is. I cannot believe that where everybody else would have said, I'm done, disappeared, you built and just dominated again. All right, I'm going to go for it because I'm going to be sexist. You're female. You're in almost a male-dominated industry. There's high competition. You do have masculine energy. How do you stay on top of your game and take the hits? It's the internet, in reality, all this, and keep going forward. What's your motivation?
I mean, you can hate me. You can talk about me. You can make videos about me. You can say whatever you want to say. You can try your damnedest to stop me, but I am never quitting. So it is an absolute waste of your breath. It is an absolute waste of your finger strength. It is a waste of you messaging people trying to say whatever you want about me. I'm not stopping. You can block me from profiles. You can report all my stuff. It's the reason omnipresence, you actually alluded to it. You said she's everywhere. It's Jessie Lee Ward, Boss Lee. I'm everywhere on purpose. I can't use Instagram Live today, which is my biggest live platform. I'll have 300, 400, sometimes 800 live viewers on a live video. Cool. Okay. So we'll just go live on YouTube. We'll record for a podcast. I'll be live on TikTok and I'll be live on Facebook. Who cares? You can't stop me. And so yeah, I have masculine energy in business. That's where I'm super aggressive, but I slow down and am super, super feminine in my personal life. And I think that balance actually is one of the things that keeps me going and grounded. I'm super mushy with my god kids, super mushy with my puppies. Like I'm all love. But it's a competition. Someone's going to win, Dominic, and it's going to be me. So it's not going to be anybody else. There's no other option. And you can try to take me down, but winning is something that you have to choose aggressively to do every single day, or somebody's going to come in and they're going to take it from you. It's just a fact of the matter. Okay. So as soon as I got knocked down, terminated from my first network marketing company where I was number one, I went, ooh, didn't see that one coming. Okay. But you can't stop me from all the knowledge I learned. So let's just apply this in a new realm. Let's learn new information about a new technology. Let's learn a new compensation plan, and then let's get the hell to work. And people don't understand it is hard work. I think one of the things from the older school that was just such a mistake is the languaging was always around, it's easy. You get two, who get two, who get two.
Yeah, oh God, talk about that all the time.
That's a lie. Like why are we lying to people? It was never easy. It's never duplicated 2 by 2 by 2 like Noah's Ark. That is not accurate. Like Stop lying to people. If you look at any of my content, it's hard work. Work works. It's the hours. It's the grind. It's the 5:45 a.m. It's the meeting after meeting after meeting after meeting. It's, if you look at my calendar, it's scheduled every half hour on the half hour. If you look at my private life, it is systematized. I won't go on a date. I'm single as a Pringle, and I'm swatting these men away because I'm like, until I hit my goals, we are not going out. I would love a steak dinner. I would love you, yes, but like for the evening. But like, no, I literally don't have time for you. Like, my goals must be met. And so, there's too many people willing to make sacrifices towards their goals and their vision because they want the comforts of their daily life. But then they'll complain on the internet about their house, their cars, their bills. You don't understand, Jessie. Like, please don't talk to me about what I don't understand, because I watched my parents make terrible choices with finances my entire childhood. And that's why I'm so aggressive about it, because I saw what they did. I saw the lack of work ethic. I saw the poor financial decisions. I saw the, oh yeah, well, of course we could go do that, but instead we're going to go bowling or whatever. And I just decided to be the person that was just not what it was going to be. I was going to take control of my life. And so I don't know if that answered the question, but that's how I feel. No,
it did. It did. You're just, you are so consistent. You're pure consistency. And that's what this business is. I think it's fantastic. Ashley, go ahead.
Yeah. So I want to start out by saying you've already addressed something that I wanted to ask you. When people think about, I'm going to jump in to an MLM, and then all the conspiracy of like, oh, we know what that is. That's a pyramid scheme. And I don't want to go down that realm of, only the people at the top make the money. And then your up team has to tell you, coach you how to have a conversation with these people. Now, here's what happened when I jumped in. You've already addressed it. I had an upline, someone immediate to me, made her story, her personal story. And listen, if people have an easy ride with this, good on them. But there's other people that are going to take longer. And when you have an upline that continually is pushing a story of, you can do this in 6 weeks, you can do this in 6 months, you can do this in a year, by a year and a half, you're going to be making X amount of money. And so when you don't hit those milestones and you feel like your up team told you were going to hit those milestones and you don't, you feel like you failed already. Yep. So my question is this: while you're trying to find the best people to join your team, I'm curious how, when people start out in this business, if they even have an inkling, an interest at all to join an MLM, how do they determine the best upline for themselves, right? Because you may not be a good fit for somebody.
Oh, yeah.
But someone else is going to be a fantastic fit. So how do you navigate those waters for someone coming in and you're like, I'm not your fit, it's not going to work, but I know who you're going to be good with? How do you help them help yourself, really?
Sure. So, I mean, the first thing is, like, I just think unanimously we're all in agreement. Just everyone needs to shut up with the income claims. Like, if you listen to any opening of any podcast of mine, I say, I'm not normal. My results are not typical. I work harder than everybody else. Okay. So that it is what it is. So I think that languaging just needs to shift. These crazy income claims and whatever else. Is the income limitless? Yes. But
are you going to make 200 for the first 3 months?
You might make nothing. You might make nothing.
Or
that it has nothing to do with anything except for the fact of, are you working the system? Are you in alignment with the company and the product? And quite frankly, your past is rewarding you for your present. So if you were never nice to people, if you were never a giver, if you never served your community, if nobody knew who you were and you were like a little, snail who stayed at home all the time, you're going to have a harder time than the extroverted Dominic who, was always was the cop everybody loved and everybody knew, and he was always helping the community. And of course it was easier for him because he had relationships. Some of you are literally going to have to pick up a book and learn how to talk to people because you have no idea how to communicate. But to pick an upline, who are you resonating with? What are their core values as human beings? And pay attention to stuff. Don't make a hasty decision. I got to promise you. It's like, how you do anything is how you do everything. And so if you want a consistent leader, then don't join the person who posts one time every 4 months on social media. You're being stupid. regardless of personality. Do you want someone who's super casual and woo-woo and like, let's get in hammocks and sing Kumbaya in a circle together? Oh, there's my boy. Kumbaya in a circle together, you know, like that's how we're going to run business. If I would be so unattracted to that leader. I want the leader who's like, I've made $15 million. We're going to grind it out. You need me on a call. I'm going to be on the call. I've built international business. You want to build international business. I'm here to mentor you through that. You want somebody who shows up to every event. I'm your girl. Like, I was attracted to the person that I joined with because I was like, she's a baller. Like, I want to be with a baller. But you've got to watch out for that. And then you've got to see the actual personalities. Like, I'm definitely not for everybody, just like neither of you, or nobody is for everybody, right? You're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. But who are, like, you want somebody ultimately who's going to drive you, who respects you, who has the same core values as you, who you can see yourself building a long-term relationship with. I have no intention of getting up and leaving and getting up and leaving and getting up and leaving. Like, there are a lot of people who are these company hoppers. Every 6 months, they're in something else. I'm like, you literally change companies more than you change underwear.
Which is exhausting, by the way, for anyone who does that. That's exhausting.
I don't know how they do it. Like,
honestly.
Well, they negate what you did with this. The people think that you got to come in the beginning of the company and make money. You have any company. You could go to Amway tomorrow, which is what 80 years old, and you could duplicate it. And that's what's the one thing that you're really showing in this business. I don't know how many people are coming in this business. Oh, you can't make money unless you get in the beginning. And a lot of the companies, the top people, they do not know how to teach because all they knew was I got a bunch of people in the beginning. I ranked and I'm here. This is the value that you present. Again, I don't know if you see it because you're in front of it all the time and your team doesn't see it, but take it from a guy who's been in the industry for 15 years and has struggled. The value that Jessie Lee, #BossLee, brings to this industry is she proves you can go to any damn company and based on her skill set that she teaches for friggin' free, you're going to be able to duplicate it. So you've done more good for this industry at the best time in capitalist history. The last 24 months, the network marketing industry has brought over $300 billion. It has been changing lives. So we got a commercial coming up. You are welcome to stay. I know you schedule every half hour. If you want to stay, please do. If you got to go. That's fine. We'd love to have you on again. But tell everybody where they could find you and how they could support you, what you're doing, all that kind of stuff, please.
Sure. So I really do serve. That's really just how I like to be. So if you do not need to join me to get trained by me, okay? I don't have anything to sell you outside of my product, right? So you can follow me anywhere. Instagram and TikTok are I'm Boss Lee, IMBOSSLEE. It's Jessie Lee Ward on Facebook, Jessie Lee Ward on YouTube. And then another TikTok page I do have that is all business stuff. So it's not just the personality. And if you're looking for little, 15 to 2 minute clips, it's Boss Lee Biz. Those are really quick little shorties. And then my podcast is the number 11 business podcast in the world. And that's the People's Mentor podcast. So it's free coaching everywhere. I'm here to serve. I know God put me on earth for sure to educate and inspire others. So I just want to elevate the profession. It drives me crazy about it because they just don't understand. And I don't blame the people who hate it, but it's because they don't understand what they're talking about. And to the point really fast that Ashley was talking about when she was saying, they say, it's only the people at the top. That doesn't make logical sense. Because if I'm the girl that came from literally a basement is when I started this. My rent was getting raised by $300 a month. I was living in a basement in a small country town. I was the person that was preyed on, right? I was that person. And so for me to join in at the bottom of a company that was 25 years old at the time, back to the point of, good timing, whatever, 25-year-old company to become number one in that company, then to leave the party plan to go to a 30-year-old company, become number one in that company, and then join a 3-year-old company and become number one in that company 3 times in a row. I'm a freaking three-peat over here, okay? Somebody needs to write a rap song about me. Hello? I'm kidding. But it's all about skills. It's all about the grind. It's not about the special timing. It's not about a special placement. It's not about any of that stuff. It's who's going to be willing to work and who's going to be willing to serve others. And so everyone starts at the bottom. And that's actually what I love about network marketing. We all start at the bottom. Who's going to go to the top? Because quite frankly, the bottom is crowded. So get yourself some skill sets and get to the top. But I really appreciate you guys having me on here. This is a lot of fun.
Dear God, thank you. You're welcome back anytime. You are my competition, so I will be bearing your ass, just to let you know. I've said it before, in the next 20 years, I will be the singular greatest millionaire maker in network marketing history. So you got competition. Jessie, right. Jessie Lee Ward, thank you so much for taking your time out to join us tonight.
Appreciate you guys.
Thanks, Jessie. Bye.
Guys, iHeartRadio, we'll be back after their commercial break, but we're live on YouTube. Dude, that woman is nonstop.
Oh, she's got energy.
She's been up since 5:45 this morning.
I'm like,
and I guess
feel like I'm going backwards with how much energy she has.
You see with the industry, the only problem I have is like when I first started watching her stuff, I'm like, oh, she's like everybody else, dude. And she's all like, oh, look, hey, look, hyping it. And I'm like, and then I started listening. I'm like, no, this woman is teaching marketing. This woman is teaching business. She is literally on Facebook, social media, nonstop. So her funnel is perpetually full. She's a friggin' genius.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, I burped.
The most exciting radio show on the planet. The Rant of Izzo. Dominic Izzo.
All right, we are back. Make sure, as usual, if you're talking about shadow banning and whatnot, you're going to need to go over to YouTube, Facebook, or whatever the hell it is, Instagram, and you're going to need to click on Common Sense Ashley. There may be a new product coming out. Maybe lower your standards for this. But right now, if you go there, click on Common Sense Ashley, get the T-shirt, get the mug that says COVID killed common sense. When you do that, make sure you click on her content, share it, save it, comment it, like it, lick it, flip it, hit it, do all that kind of stuff.
That's right.
Let's get her out of shadow ban jail. And don't forget, go over to piratecigar.com, Pirate cigar.com. Jen Torres is doing discounts. She's got humidors, cutters, lighters, all that stuff. When you use the promo code Izzo at your checkout, you'll get an additional discount, or your sister's ass.
So what is the company that Jessie works for?
I do not know the name of her specific company. I know her brand, and that's because I guess the other thing too is I'm so big on, you're my age. Do you remember, this is stupid. I don't even know why I asked this. Do you remember Natalie Wood, who she was?
Yeah. Why is that familiar?
West Side Story, Maria.
Sure.
Miracle on 34th Street, the little girl?
Yeah.
Okay.
What about
So I always have loved the customer service aspect of, if Macy's doesn't have it, send them to Gimbals, right? And that was such a theme of that movie. It's always stuck with me since I saw it as a kid. And what I loved was the fact that in this industry, that woman can bury me today, right? She knows more about the industry than I do, anything. And to still have her on shows I'm secure in my ability, and I'm not worried about losing anybody to her. She does that times a million. She gives her content out for free training, but you can't duplicate who the individual is. So people want to gravitate around her and just learn from her and apply it. And she's not going to lose. She may, her business model is brilliant because she'll bring a person in and maybe I'm going to go listen to Jessie Lee and I'm going to get all this stuff for free. And I'm going to go over to this company and apply it, but they're not going to duplicate it. So eventually they're going to come back to her. She's just a friggin' marketing genius.
So the question I didn't get to ask her, which I'm curious about, because while picking a team is important and picking your teammates is important, picking a company also is important.
How do you do that today?
There's a lot of companies, right, that you need to figure out if this is the company that jives with you.
My views are different because of what I know now. You have the staple companies, Amway, Herbalife, Juice Plus, right? Beachbody's still around. These companies have been around for decades. No, but you can't make any money going because you got to start in the beginning. That's a lie. This woman has proved it. She actually got fired from her company. I think she lost a lawsuit because she went after them. And then she started over in a company.
Why was she? I mean, I didn't even know you could be fired from network marketing.
They get terms of or conflicts of interest or whatnot. Like if I sat there with my company and I think if I ran two network marketing companies and I was advertising them both, I could be fired from one. There's ways to do it. But the point is she built on a company that I don't think she got ground floor in this one. So her proof is in the pudding. She's not duplicatable. You cannot be that woman. But what she does is endorse, like if you're quiet, if you're you have to be the most authentic you, and you're going to attract the other people like you. she's doing stuff that my upline, you wear a suit every day. They can't do. My upline could not stand me because my personal social media,
that's a shit upline.
Oh, are you kidding me? I don't talk to him.
They should have been happy to have someone like you. They're like, that's the guy that sticks out. That's the one you can go talk to. If you want to be like him, here's somebody that you can go follow.
I've got my own story. I separated from them because people were coming to me for teaching because I've got the personality for sales and closing, but I wasn't duplicating. I'm a phenomenal.
And you can't switch uplines when you're with these companies.
You can if you take 6 months off. You can.
Oh.
So I guess to go back to answer your question is, if you're not introduced, so you have no idea, because most people have no idea what network marketing is. You don't know that when I come to pitch you, your only exposure is to me. So you don't go, hey, you know what? I'm going to go look at network marketing, see what else is out there. Because when you go online and you go look at the industry, negative. Then the problem becomes, how do you know who's really good at it? So what my specialty is I'm actually good at attracting people who have been in the industry for quite a long time. They see failure. We teach a different aspect. Like Jessie talked about on one of her videos, she's into relationship cultivating. It's not really my thing. But my team does it. I'm into the sales tactic, talking to your warm market, talking to your cold market, how to properly pitch, close. You can't give me an objection that I'll accept. I will make you go, oh shit, I can close anybody. Those are skill sets that are needed, right? Because that's what it came from law enforcement. Put your hands behind your back. You're going to do it. You're going to think it's a great idea to do. Cops are phenomenal for network marketing. The issue is that most people who have been in this industry, she was right. That's all you hear. All you need to do is get 2 people. Just every presentation from these people who are uplines, including mine, are, all right, you're going to come in, you're going to fill out this sheet. It's going to show your dreams, what you want to make this, and then you're going to enroll 2 people. Do you have any idea how long it can take it could be months. I
do.
But the one thing that no one teaches is a system. I don't care who says what.
No, okay. Here's the other fallacy. I mean, there's so many fallacies when you go into network marketing, so many. And I wish people would be honest about it. That's the one thing that I think bamboozles a lot of people when they think, okay, well, I'm going to leave my 9 to 5. My 9 to 5 sucks ass. My boss sucks ass. I'm going to go do it on my own. I'm going to go join this network marketing company because they told me I could be making the same amount of money in my 9 to 5 being my own boss. And so what your upline will tell you is like, okay, just wait a couple months, wait till you start to see those paychecks rolling in, and then go leave your 9 to 5. Well, your upline, depending on who your upline is, you're not going to see those checks.
No.
You're not going to, I mean, I think I got, I don't even $18 my first check.
Oh, 36 was my first one.
$80.
With Juice Plus, 30. I was with Juice Plus for 10 years. My first one was 36. My average was $1,800 a week. So the problem is they're selling the dream, right? It's sales. Anything, it's sales.
Well, and they go, it's easy. You just have to follow the system. You don't have to think about anything. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just need to copy a good copycat. And I was like, okay, I'd be calling my upline all the time, be like, okay, I have this new person. She wants to know XYZ. And my upline would literally tell me, that's not important. Tell her that's not important.
I got rid of my upline. When I became successful.
I didn't know I could because
No. You can't.
Why do these people, they don't sweat the details.
So like my company, the one I'm with now, been with it 4 years. A lot of millionaires because they all had an inside track about when the company was going to be opened up, and then they just came in. One of the top 2 members of our team says that we became Black Diamonds in 7 days because you knew the company was going to open. You had all these people ready, and you dumped them all in. You can't be a Black Diamond in 7 days. It's not possible. All of them can't teach. It's amazing the amount of motivation they teach, every single one of them. And I stood by for the first 18 months watching and listening, and I learned a lot. But again, when you have a grown adult talking to a Zoom presentation of 100 people, and they say, I believe in you, Ashley, until you believe in yourself. You just got to believe. The training, I'm not kidding, Ashley.
It wasn't that whitewashed, but I mean,
it's bad.
It didn't fluff it that much, but it was, for me, here's the thing. I sweat the details depending on what the details are. I sweat the details. So if someone says, I'm interested, but I need to know the ingredients.
Sure.
I need to know what you're putting in the product. And I go to my upline and I go, you know what? They want to know the ingredients. And my upline goes, why?
Yep.
Why? Did you talk about the business with them?
Dude, everybody, that's the clown industry. So we again, I'll plug my school, MCE Stewardship. Got 18, 19 videos on YouTube. The problem is you have to have, the network marketing is typically taught, sell the product and then try to convert the customer into a business owner. You do, it is sales. It's
and then
sales.
my upline was like, we don't do it that way. We teach the business and the products are just a bonus.
No, you can't. You have to present value
like,
in three areas.
But your company is the product.
The value is in three areas. You have the product. We call that commerce. You have cash flow, and then you have culture. You're just presenting value. I take no credit for this, but Robert Kiyosaki, who is a huge endorser of network marketing, he wrote in his book, Business of the 21st Century, that network marketing is not about creating salespersons to sell the product. It's about getting people to see value in the entirety of it, right? Everything from making money to the product, to the culture, to the education, and getting them to be their own customer. That's it. No one, and I can't tell you, every time I do a training and or a presentation, I've got one tonight, every Tuesday and Thursday. Every presentation I ever went to was always, I had $7 in my pocket.
I know. Yeah, they bring a lot of
And then
those.
I met Ashley.
Right.
Ashley changed my life. She just showed me the plan, and it makes us, now I own 4 mansions, 17 cars. I don't need a bidet. I've got butlers to loofah my anus. You can too. All you have to do is talk to 2 people. So every presentation I went to, I said, how did you make you make $250,000 a month? How did you do it? I just showed the plan to 2 people a day. Okay, But how did you do it? I showed the plan to 2 people a day. No, I understand that. How did you do it? Did you stop people in the grocery store say, what time? And I asked, what time of day did you call? Doesn't matter. Yes, it does. How did you reach out? What did you do this? We narrowed it down and I actually started watching 2 people, Jordan Belfort, the Wolf of Wall Street, and Oren Klaff, who was one of the greatest pitch persons of them all. The pitch, which I watched, right, because everything's done on Zoom or it could be meetings. I could not believe that it took somebody to remind me that I've been pitching my whole life. Sir, step out of the vehicle, please. It's my job to establish tone, to run the show, and to make you think it's a good idea to obey me. That's why every time I saw a sales tactic done by Jordan Belfort, I'm like, that's law enforcement. Every time I saw a pitch done by Oren Klaff, that's law enforcement. So we started to look. You narrow down. You got
and they've also said that you've been pitching, even if you think you haven't been pitching, you've been pitching your whole life, because if you
you ever ask a girl out
or use a shampoo, how often do you just freely tell people about the product you're using that you like? So they're like, why not tell people about a product that you get money from and they're going to get money from? So it makes sense. Okay, it makes sense. But I also want to put the disclaimer out there that, listen, network marketing isn't for everybody.
No.
So at the end of the day, when you're miserable at your 9-to-5 or your corporate job or wherever you are in life, and it sucks ass, and you're like, well, everyone seems to be doing really kick ass at this network marketing stuff. Maybe I should do that. I probably could kick ass at it.
The problem,
I'm going to be just like over here going,
dude,
red flag. No,
because
it's not.
You're not going to be a
everybody.
millionaire. But you know what? And I had to stop. I did a video on this the other day talking about this. If you spoke to one person a day, and again, one of the biggest things that the business model for network marketing is 4 things. You contact people, you invite them to see a presentation, you show the presentation, then you follow up with them. You have to have somebody.
I hated all of it.
Right, and I get that, right? So with my team specifically, I'm addicted to presenting, and then when the follow-up, the pitch and the close. I have people who aren't on my team, and I tell them all the time, I'll present for all of you guys, I'll pitch and close. I get off on that shit. People have to master only one thing, which is the invite. It's, hey, Ashley, I have a business opportunity I want you to see, and people that no one trains on that, right? So we looked at it. You got 2 different aspects, cold market and a warm market. And if I didn't know you, because I'm aggressive, which most people are not, and because I've established influence and authority online, which most people have not, it is I have a very high success rate sliding in your DMs and saying, Ashley, what's your profession? And then I use voice note. do me a favor. This is a link for this time on Thursday. I'm going to show you how to use your social media to make money. Confirm with me. I want you to be on there for me, and we'll talk to you later on. I lead the dance.
And here's the thing too. I see it in the chat and I want to address it because there are so many things that when people think this is going to be my saving grace, network marketing, multi-level marketing is going to be my saving grace. Your hot market, they tell you, go to your friends and family.
Yeah, there's a reason why.
Go there first, right?
There's a worst.
And so that's what you do. You go immediately to your friends and your family.
And what happens?
And they laugh at you.
Yep.
And they berate you.
Yep.
And they just basically make you feel like a piece of shit.
Can I spin that to why we embrace that? My entire team is told to go to the net where they're
you embrace what?
Going to
your
their
family laughing at you?
Yes, here's why. This is why. So we take the power away from them. Everyone who comes on my team is told, don't worry about your cold market. Your warm market's first, right? Your friends and your family. Here's why. Number one, they're going to say no. They're not going to do it. So remove that expectation.
Okay,
Come on,
they're not
Ashley.
just going to say no.
No,
Hang
on.
They're not just going to say no.
I'm explaining to you.
They're going to stop talking to you.
This is development. I'm explaining
you
why.
You might lose the relationship.
Let me get this out. This is what I teach all day long. When you go, Ashley, hey, listen, I want you to see this business opportunity. You're going to go, are you out of your mind? We teach people because once you get that laughing and that mocking, you're done. You're done. If you have to call 5 people that day, your first call, you're like, you're doing that pyramid scam bullshit? You're done. You are so defeated. You feel like shit. Oh, if you get 3 seconds into the conversation, Ashley, let's just do this together. We're going to make so much money. All that pleading. We tell people. The two, you know off the bat, they're going to say no. They're going to say no. So my team is taught specifically how to address the elephant in the room. Ashley, you have seen me do this shit 20 times already. You've seen me fail at it. And then depending upon the person, it's, hey, listen, I just want you to take a look at this time. Discern whether or not this Izzo guy's full of shit for me. I want practice. I want to hear how he pitches you. Listen, for me personally, would you do it? I know it's a no. So we automatically go with that attitude. The second thing is, like you said, that jumping around. I don't get how people spend 6 months and then think they're going to have it somewhere better else. So what we tell people is
building a team again and then again.
How do you do that? How do you do that when you're leaving?
Get the F out of here.
Yes. So when you're looking at me, like I have a friend of mine who I pitched 2 years ago, and I'm still with the same company. And I knew he would say no. But what the value is when you stay with the same company, these people are going to go, hey, you still doing your little pyramid scam business? I am. And then what's wrong with being honest? I really haven't made any money yet. Maybe I make about $50 a week, but it's teaching me some things that I value and I'm enjoying it. Leave it at that. Stop trying to sell people because what your friends and family are looking to do is mock you. They're the worst people in the world. My sisters see how much I make. They want nothing to do with what I'm doing. My mother sees what I'm doing. Oh, you're still doing that. I don't know why. You can go back to being a cop, but you're doing sales. Are you kidding me? So your family is the worst, but they will thicken your skin. And the problem is not many people are willing to do that.
I was better with cold markets, if I'm being honest.
Yes.
I would literally be at a car wash. I'd be at a restaurant. I wouldn't even know people. It was easier for me not to know people and to pitch them.
Because you could be a perceived expert. They don't know. You don't know.
I wasn't successful at it. I mean, they would laugh me out of the room, but I didn't care because I didn't know
My cold
them.
market is my bread and butter because of exactly who I am online, right? And I'm not going to lie. Changing my appearance. When I left law enforcement, I kind of like, it's like when guys leave the military and they grow their hair out, it's like rebelling. Because they had it. So when I left law enforcement, I'm like, screw this, dude. I wore Muppet t-shirts every day, Converse shoes, all this stuff. And then about 2 years ago, I need a uniform again. So I went back to wearing suits. I'm going to tell you, you only have 2 chances to make a first impression: how you look and what comes out of your mouth. So my business took
how you show up.
I showed up to my team. We have such a Jessie Ward, but on the flip side of the coin. My team knows you show up on calls, it's professional lighting. Your kids are there, I'm dumping you. You're in your car, I'm dumping you. You are dressed for business. We are mocked by other people in our upline because, oh, what are you doing that for? And you got your little cute 3-piece suit and this and that. Because this is a business. This is not screw around time. We don't want people coming in with that defeatist attitude of, oh, I got to call my friends and family. We want to say our standard is here. This may not be for you. If you're not willing to learn, you got to go. This business, I can't remember which, where it was. I think it was Europe. They did an article last year, 2021. Network marketing is the predatory business of the 2020, 2021. And they're right. It's just not taught. It's sales, and people are not teaching sales.
But I think it truly has been a dominant place in the market for a very long time. Mm-hmm. But because people are, it's all part of how we're indoctrinated, right? This all falls into it. You want to finish and get your college diploma. You want to go get that corporate job. You want to have that office job, right? We're still all taught at a certain level that the stability of a monthly paycheck or every 2-week paycheck is way more reliable than going out on your own and being entrepreneurial. Yep. That's still so ingrained in so many people's minds.
We were talking about that, and I didn't ask her it, and it's if she ever comes back on, I'll ask her. But one of the things that you're talked about with network marketing is that you could take a month off work and your paycheck will still increase. If you have people like me under your team, sure. Jessie Lee
if you've built your team, like she said, 33 years old, doesn't go on a date. Listen,
no, because
you have to be very clear what your goals are. To take a month off, make sure you're at the point in your business to do that. Specifically with her
too, she has to love and enjoy what she does. People know. Every 30 minutes, she's online somewhere.
Yep.
Honestly, if she took a month off and disappeared, her business would hurt.
Yep.
Because she's the business. So it's a good payoff. She's one of the most well-known in the world.
It's a huge sacrifice. Yep.
So, anybody, the get-rich-quick bullshit has to leave. I do think if people spent 2 hours a day, and that's how I got my start. I got involved in my company in 2019, March of 2019, and I didn't do shit. Went through a breakup. I was going to move to Texas, all this kind of stuff for the show, all this stuff. And I finished my lawsuit. In June of 2020, I said, all right, I'm going to take this business serious. I'll get back into it. I burned my boats. I became one of the top recruiters for my company, and I got so much hate from my upline. Well, your language and, you're bringing Trump into this and God into this and all this, and you're not going to succeed. And I went, well, F you, and I'm going to go. And I would sit in my car because I missed a squad car. 2 cigars every day, 4 hours a day. I would get blinded by, like you have the loose leaf notebooks, and how they got the lines there. I would get blinded by the white and the blue and the writing because I had 300 numbers to call. Hey, it's Dominic Izzo from Instagram. Hope you're doing well. Listen, you DM me. I want to talk to you about all the nonstop 4 hours.
Yeah.
And but it is a lot of work.
Yep.
It's a lot. And so I'm so tired. All you got to do is recruit 2 people. How?
And then where they really drum up the motivation is you go to their conferences. And they put the best of the best up on stage. And it's been probably 7, 10, 12 years that they've been with companies. And so they remember the starting, but they also don't. And so they try to give you the SAP story. Like, I remember doing this, but they're up there just blinging in money. And you're out in the audience going, this lady's no different than me.
Sure.
Why can't I do that? But then you're grinding when you get back home, when you fly back home with all this motivation and excitement, right? And then you start the grind again, and your upline goes right back to the same, like, well, did you talk to them about this? Did you tell them about that? Don't answer that question. Focus on this. And I'm like, that's not me. I am honest. If someone asks me a question, I need to be able to answer it.
That's what got me so far in law enforcement. You don't have an answer. Hey, listen, officer, why are you doing X, Y, and Z? You know what? Stand by. I'll give me a few minutes. You be personal with people. That is why I'm so far in this industry. I thought of a great analogy. You are not built for network marketing on 2 folds. Number one, if you go to a store and you're not wearing a mask and somebody confronts you about not wearing a mask, if you cannot, as best you can calmly, verbally articulate your reasoning for not wearing a mask, you're not built for this industry. If you're not willing to learn how to wind up articulating that, then you're not willing for you're not good for this industry.
That's a great analogy. Walk into a place of business that requires one, and talk yourself out of having to put one on, and you're ready for it. And do that 100 times over.
A day.
A day.
That's what
a day.
We love our team. It's like, I'm really not making any money. How many people did you call last week? 3.
Yeah.
I called 30 last hour.
It's exhausting.
But it's worth it.
And we already know I'm sensitive, right?
Yes.
So for me to get the denials and the like laughed in your face, like that would grind on me. And I knew what I was offering had value, but after a while I was like, I can't convince people that this is a great path for them. I know it is, but it's not my job to convince them if they don't already have it. Yep. And personally for me, I don't have the shell to talk to that many people to make it successful for myself. Like it just wasn't my path.
It's so exhausting. And then where you'd hate it is when you get your team, hey, Ashley, what's going on? Like nothing. What do you need? The kids today they were annoying and I didn't really make my calls. And what do you think of what's going on? I tell my team, I am not your friend. That's why I asked Jessie Lee. I could never be her because she builds relationships. And I'm glad she said she has a tier system because that gave me something to think about where it's like, you want access? Show me you're working. Because otherwise people I will never say who I'm under, but I'm under like 2 organizations. And one of them has a Monday night call. And every single Monday night it's, I believe in you. I believe in you till you believe yourself. This week we're reading this book. All right. So read this book and apply it. And it's 30 minutes of I believe in you. And then 30 minutes of the same people who've been on this call for years. Can I just speak on my heart today? I really feel that I love all of you people in here, and nobody progresses.
Waste of time.
Well, what they're doing is they're staying on the product, which is making the upline wealthy, because they're staying there because they want to be part of a culture that feels good. So the other thing you haven't talked about is this culture is backstabbing. Everybody's sleeping with each other. The whole damn thing is all based off of, Ashley, you can do this. You just need to talk to more people. It'll come naturally.
Also,
stupid.
Something that I had that would grind on me, and this comes down to maybe the company you choose to be with. The products that I was selling from this company, they were good products. Like they genuinely were good products. I liked them, but they were really expensive. And they would constantly say, well, that's because we've cut out the middleman. We're literally doing a direct sale from the warehouse to the customer. So we don't have to pay for marketing. You're the marketing. We don't have to pay for shelf advertising or anything. And I'd be like, so then why are we gouging the customer?
Fee. It's your stripper pole fee. And I couldn't explain that in my first 10 years. Now it's your business overhead, right? Strippers and hair salon stylists, they got to rent a chair every month. A cover charge for a bar gets you entitled to wind up either enjoying that or making money. So when somebody says, why am I buying something every month? That's your business overhead. My gym cost me $3,800 every single month to operate. I pay less than $300 a month to operate my business now. So I didn't have any of these answers, and none of this is mine. It's all in that book, Business of the 21st Century by Robert Kiyosaki. So the business I'm so glad she's teaching.
And your overhead may be more than what you're earning.
No. It is 100% over until you wind up getting one person.
And they don't tell you that.
Nope. So that's transparency.
There's a lot of like tough lessons that you jump in and you think that you're going to be protected by some safety net.
But actually, all you got to do is get 2 people.
And it's not.
For me, I love the business. It is one of my biggest passions because I want to be transparent with it. And what people don't teach is it doesn't matter. You need to be 3 things to be successful in business: confidence, influential, and charismatic. You could teach confidence.
I'll add that you have to be passionate about it. Honestly.
Yes. And you have to find out where you're passionate. I'm not passionate about
products. Because if you're not passionate about it, it's not going to fly.
Because people want to be addicted to passion. People want to be, they're allured to people who are passionate in anything.
And you won't stick it out if you don't enjoy it.
No. That's it. That's why I'm that. You want more information? Text 708-982-0974 and I'll give you more information. There's a replay tonight with Rocky Stucci and Ron Phillips, Abnormal Realities, and Stephen and Dylan live after that. Tomorrow, can we do more Rants with Words?
Let's do it.
Fine. Get your words ready for us tomorrow. We'll play that.
Sounds good. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.